Here are 10 guitar progress tips that have been at the foundation of my Masterclass membership since it began. Best thing about these, no waiting. You can jump right in and do them now. There are lots of ways to practice the guitar, but to me, the most inspiring way is to play over the songs I love the most by my favorite artists. First, I'll learn the exact guitar part on the record, try and get the pocket just right. And then I'll create my own second guitar part, might be a rhythm part, and then perhaps I'll solo over it also. So let me show you how this works. So I'll play the original rhythm part and then my own rhythm part. To keep my solos fresh, I will often cycle between 3 different strategies. First, a single note, single string, simple melodies. Then I might play the blues aggressively. And then arpeggios, chord shapes. I spent my whole life trying to lay back as a guitar player, as a rhythm player, or play on the grid, but never to rush. I still rush. And so it's great if you have a DAW, GarageBand, Pro Tools, Luna, whatever you use, where you can see the waveforms on the grid, it's great for your playing. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Okay, it felt pretty good. Let's zoom in and take a look at this. Pretty good at the beginning. And then if I move a little further down, I see one spot where I rushed. Here it is, right here. Okay, I'll head right there. It's okay. But there's one spot down here where I'm super far ahead of the snare. Check this out. I mean, that should be right on the snare. There's the snare, there's me. So it's great to be able to check yourself and try and get on the grid or a little behind. That's where everything feels good. It's really, really good training. So ever since the beginning of my masterclass, I've talked about keeping a motor going with your right hand to stay in the pocket. And you're either picking the notes, or you're picking muted notes, or you're picking air above the string. I'll demonstrate. Here are the notes. Here's the muting. Here's the air. But you keep it going to stay in the pocket. And you can shrink it and do small movements too. You can pause it once in a while, that's okay, as long as most of the time you're keeping it going either in a big way or a small way. So 4 down and 6 to go. For 30 free guitar lessons, click the link below. There's no sin in having a guitar that's so easy to play that you could say it plays itself. I love vintage instruments, but I like new guitars better because the necks are often totally perfect. And that even goes for the more affordable lines like Sire and PRS SE. Because this neck is so perfect on the Shabbat, for instance, I just tighten the truss rod, makes the neck totally straight. I lower the action. It almost plays itself, and I can bend anywhere, and there's no fret buzz. There's also no sin in using light strings. These days I use 9 through 42. They work perfect for me. Spent most of my session career using 10 through 46. Now, guys like Josh Smith and Joe Bonamassa, they use like 12s and 13s. That's comfortable for them. Never been that way for me. Do what's right for you. Now, an 8 through 40 gauge set can be really fun for a few days, but I always come back to 9 through 42 because I want to keep my left hand nice and strong. There's absolutely nothing uncool about having great posture when you play guitar. I have a really good chair with lumbar support, but I also use a guitar strap even when I sit because without it, I'm hunched over, and over time, that can cause problems. So I use a strap and I bring it up just a little bit, makes the guitar more playable. Now, of course, I don't bring it up to my neck or anything, but bringing it up just a little bit makes it more playable and allows you to keep a straight back. So make sure you have a guitar always at the ready, something that's nearby, not in a case. This Strandberg is 4.7 pounds, and I can be on my laptop. I can be on the phone. I can be in the backyard. I don't even know I'm wearing it. It's so light, but it's a great practice machine. And if it's nearby, I'm going to pick it up. I can watch TV late at night with this thing in my hands. I can even lay down with it. That's kind of a radical thing. But what I'm saying is have a guitar nearby that's ready so you get an extra 15 minutes of practice in. I actually put this in a suitcase. I found a suitcase that this will fit diagonally in. It's a full-size guitar that I travel with for the same purpose. So I'm in a hotel room, pick it up, keep my chops up. I still use real amps, real speakers in a vault. They're really loud. I mic them. I do the old-fashioned way, but I also love to use these modelers and profilers. It's so great to plug one of these in and just simply start recording. This is a great value, the Tone X1. You can pay more and get something like the Tone Master Pro. And the great thing about these, they're just engines. They get updated all the time. Line 6, the Helix, came out in 2015. 9 years later, it's still fully in use all over the world by thousands of guitar players, and they make it sound better every year. So don't worry about investing in something. You don't have to get the latest thing. All of these things are useful. They all get good guitar sounds. Now, real amps do sound amazing, so keep exploring that. But this should be part of your toolbox. Now, speaking of real amps, there's a tone tip that I cannot stress enough. It's very important. And I know you've heard it a million times. Set your amp to the edge of breakup. That's it. Right now, I'm doing it with the Amplified Nation, but it could be the Divided by 13 or this old Fender. Generally, it's around 5 or 6, and it begins to break up in just the right way. Now, this Tone X, the big brother of the Tone X1 that I just showed you, will also do it. The digital devices also do it pretty well. So when you set the amp to edge of breakup, here's what you get. When I use the bridge pickup, I get aggression and clarity. Now, if I want more clean, I just go to the neck and I pick lighter. So that's why it works so well. Now, if I want more gain, rather than reset the amp, because I love where it's sitting, I'll just step on one of my favorite pedals. This one's the Karma ODR10. Just click it on. Okay, first let me listen to it off. Turn it on. Hey guys, a lot of the time YouTube will bring you my videos even though you're not subscribed. If you get the chance, click this subscribe button and ring the bell.